This is the thing I hear from all women nowadays. Where are all the masculine men?
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you, the second you meet them, you run and hide.
Because they don't want to sacrifice a part within themselves, so that would require them to show up.
Men are not willing to give up their commitment for somebody that is still committed to other things. And women need to really understand that it's not easy to be with a real man. Most women say they want a high-value alpha male. They don't. They've been trained to want men that lie to their face. And that needs to be challenged.
They say that birds of a feather flock together, and eagles don't fly with pigeons. Modern females subconsciously want a guy who will look after them, but also at the same time want to be the Miss Independent. Can't have it both ways at the same time. And we all know that women ask for things that they don't want. Women don't want to deal with the maintenance and responsibility of their choices.
This man was never invited back to the show after speaking the truth about equal pay between men and women.
The key to getting to equal pay is going to be more promotion, investing more energy and efforts into promoting women's sports. Because when you flip on the TV or, whatever media you're using, you're not hearing about the women usually. It's about the men's games.
The women got paid out from a pool of $30 million from the Women's World Cup. The men would draw from a pool of $400 million, okay? $400 million, $30 million. Why is that? It's because the Men's World Cup generates $6 billion in revenue. The Women's World Cup generates $131 million in revenue. If you want to talk about pay disparity, the Women's World Cup players get paid out 20%. The men get paid out 7%. As a percentage point, they are getting much more. I think equal pay is a ridiculous concept in and of itself. If the women generate more revenue, they should get paid more than the men. Don't strive for getting the same, strive for getting what you're worth. And if you're worth more, then get more.
Most men are working, and when we are not working, we are training. And those are generally female-free environments. Once you set down any boundaries or explain that they have to behave a certain way, most of them run right back to the streets because they can't handle being held accountable like an adult.
Can someone please tell me where the masculine men are out there?
I suppose that depends on what one's definition of masculine is. However, they happen to be everywhere, but a lot of them are hiding.
Seems like there's more men nowadays that want to be the woman in the relationship.
Let's hear this one out.
What happened to the chivalrous man? They're far and few between.
Modern feminism happened, convincing men that they suffered from toxic masculinity and that women can do everything on their own so they don't need men to act in a chivalrous manner.
If you are them, where do we find you?
They've been out there the whole time, but frankly, a lot of them are avoiding contact with a lot of women because they never know which ones are going to yell at them for holding open a door.
It's not at the local Home Depot. I've seen that trend. Like, oh, go find your man at Home Depot. No, the guy that's there on a Saturday morning is there because his wife sent him there to get the shit to work on a project.
Okay.
Maybe I can find you at Costco in the meat market.
Meat market, huh? Yeah, I'm not touching that one.
But literally, what happened to the masculine men? Where do I find you? Where do women in general find you? And when did men become such little dusty boys? All right, rant over.
Honestly, women have no one but themselves to blame for this and modern feminism because they constantly demanded that men change their ways and stop being so toxically masculine, and this is the result. So, again, be careful what one asks for, because you just might get it.
Hey, ladies, if you didn't know this already, here's exactly the type of woman he won't marry. Number one, a woman that puts her man on lockdown, a woman that's texting and contacting her man anytime he's out. If he's playing golf, if he's on video games, whatever he's doing, you're constantly asking him what he's doing and when he's going to get done doing it. You're up his ass, and men hate that. Number two, you're bitter and you're not happy and you complain about everything. A man likes you to wear a smile on your face. Number three, a woman that's too materialistic. You have to understand that even if you're with a man who has a provider mindset, if you constantly care about everything being designer and you're always looking at your friends and seeing what you don't have and what they have, that will make him sick to his stomach and he won't want to marry you. And finally, number four, the party girl. Remember, a guy wants you to have a good time, but if he's thinking about marrying you, he's actually thinking about what type of wife you'll be, what type of mother you'll be. I don't think he's looking for a girl who's vomiting outside a bar club at night. So keep it classy, ladies, and you're going to nail that provider mindset man, I promise. And comment down below if any of these thoughts and opinions resonate with you. I appreciate all your likes and follows to my community.
Most women these days walk past a high-value man thinking to themselves, he's too clean for me, or he acts like he's too good for me. No, dear, that man just has boundaries and is fully aware of himself and his actions, which means he'll also be aware of yours, and you won't be able to get away with the stuff you usually do with those other guys you're used to.
Do men feel burdened by being the sole financial provider? No, they don't. They consider it their job. They consider it their responsibility. They consider it their duty. They consider that they were built for that. They feel immense gratification when they are able to fulfill that. And by the way, men feel very small when they are unable to do that, which is why when men wind up in a situation sometimes where they're in a situation where the woman is making more money and paying more of the bills and stuff, the reason guys feel uncomfortable in that structure is because they feel like they're not doing enough. Like, I'm supposed to be able to carry this load. I want to be able to carry this load.
That's right. Men consider it their responsibility to provide for their families. And no, they don't feel burdened to earn a living for the family. In fact, it's the only thing that keeps them going. And it's the only thing that gives them a grand purpose for life.
When it comes to dating, what would you say is like your minimum age for a guy that you're dating?
Like maybe 2 years younger, like so like 21.
And maximum?
I guess if someone was like 36 and asked me out, like I would potentially say yes.
Would you date someone that's married?
No.
Do you have a preference in terms of race?
No.
Do you have a preference in terms of height?
Well, I'm 5'6", I think. Maybe like 5'3" minimum. If I like a person, like their height's kind of like not really the most important part.
Would you date someone that is obese?
No, because we probably wouldn't be compatible.
Minimum income?
I don't really care.
So would you date someone that's making
I have a
$20K?
job, so yeah.
Well, there's a delusions calculator.
Delusional?
You're actually not. I'm actually very surprised. 39.8% chance of finding a man. It says here that you're definitely down to earth. I don't think anyone's ever going to beat that percentage ever.
Men really need to understand that by accepting low-standard women, they're only lowering the standards of their lives, they're lowering their own potential, and they're lowering what they can achieve out of life. If men started valuing themselves as much as they value attractive women, there would be a lot more high-value men in the world today, and a lot fewer simps roaming around thirsting for women and giving them free attention and validation.
I please my man in every way. If he's at the dentist, I make him nut. If he's at J. Crew returning a sweater, he's nutting. If he's trying on another sweater, he's getting a nut. If he exchanged that old sweater for the new sweater, he's nutting. It's like trail mix because his day mostly contains nuts and his balls look like raisins. If he's at his aunt's funeral, he's getting 2 nuts. One at the open casket, one when they're lowering her into the grave. While he's nutting, I'm thinking about the next nut. I'm like a squirrel. I'm planting nuts all over this place. If he's at Target picking out curtains, I'm like, come on, babe, you're getting a nut. At the end of the day, I roll his up like a tube of toothpaste to make sure there's no nuts left.
Wow.
He's at our kid's parent-teacher conference, he's getting a nut. I'll make him nut while he's nutting. That's the secret. I make my man nut 27 times a day.
A woman of gold, she is trying to express that she is willing to please him as much as she needs to, even to the point of initiating it before he does. That's a solid woman right there. There's a big lesson for women in here. Ladies should never let us leave houses with loaded guns. She's stopping the problem before it starts. She's the sort of woman who will receive everything she wants from her man because she's willing to give everything.
Minimum height.
6 feet.
Yeah, that's where they get you. Would you exclude obesity?
Absolutely.
Minimum income. So
I'm gonna say at least 200.
200 grand?
You can be 30 years
Oh
old and
my
make 200
goodness.
grand.
Take a guess at what percentage of men fit this
2%.
criteria? 2%? Much lower. It's 0.049%.
All right, is this going on the TV?
Women want everything in a man. And it's not just with men. They have unrealistic expectations from the world as well. They have unrealistic expectations from society, and they have unrealistic expectations from institutions. Modern women, and especially solo mothers, won't even acknowledge or respond when you start criticizing them for their stereotypical behavior and actions when you're with them.
Society nowadays, I feel like it should be equal.
You think so?
I do.
Okay. Answer the question. Do you want a man that's your height, or preferably not taller, right? Okay. Do you want him stronger than you?
Yeah.
Do you want him to be more competent than you, smarter than you, being able to lead you?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want him to make more money than you, preferably, if you had a choice?
Yeah.
Okay. So nothing about what you want is equal. All women want is what I'm trying to say. You're not that special.
She wants the best possible man and then wants to be equal as him without putting in the work. This is the modern female delusion.
Another reason that women could have lower reported happiness is because they're still shoring up on most of the household duties, despite now also taking up, you know what I mean? They're doing still a lion's share of domestic work.
They don't get married anyway, so they don't even have households.
That's not true. They're still cohabitating. They're still
there's
even within marriage.
I agree. Cohabitation makes women unhappy too. Yeah.
I mean, even within marriage now, you don't think a majority of there's a ton of marriages in which women are also working and then also shoring up a lion's share of the household duties, and that's why they're unhappy, because now they're being burdened in two directions.
Yeah, sure. But so what's the solution to that?
I think
the solution
is men shoring up more on domestic duties, but they won't because of freaking tradcons and neocons who are telling them that it's gay and beta if they do these certain tasks.
It is gay and beta most of the time. I agree.
And I also think that's why men are suffering.
Men are wary of women hitting the wall, but you know what? Over time, men grew wary, and men are not approaching women who are hitting the wall anymore. And even if they are not committing to them because they know the inside story of these older women.
I think that if I got into a relationship with the kind of guys that I like now, yes, that it would fail.
That's a bad mental model.
NFL players and stuff.
At least you know. Most women don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really bad way to look. You're basically like black pilled about your relationship. Like it's gonna fail no matter what.
That's not really what I said. I'm
though.
like, it's the certain type of guys I guess I interact with now. I feel that I'm growing out of it because of things I've been through.
Do you regret choosing those men as men you took serious?
I don't. I
They brought
can't.
no value. You said they brought no value.
So I genuinely, as a person, cannot hold hate in my heart. I don't hold a grudge. I can't be mad. So when you ask that, no, I still have love for those people. I think every decision is a good decision and leads you on the path to where you need to be.
In order to get the guys they really wanted all to themselves, these women made the decision to put secure men on the back foot. However, this didn't work out as planned because casual dating culture as we know it was born as soon as social media and dating apps became widely used, marking the start of the slow demise of dating in relationships. Thanks for watching The Circle of Kings. As always, we're looking forward to your support, so please hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with everything all kings like yourself need to know.